the countdown to the end of the year has begun, and I guess by now, most people have started putting together some plans for themselves, you know.
Of course, talking about plans, it is very important that in all that you do, you definitely have to be pretty responsible.
Yes, and we're trying to be responsible, and of course we have to apologize for starting a little bit behind schedule. That's because we wanted to put everything together nice and sweet for you. Hey, remain responsible to you. Every single Monday through Friday, we are responsible for bringing you the best in premium family entertainment.
Definitely. The show is definitely Wake Up Nigeria. And as always, every edition of the show is specially curated for your viewing pleasure.
We have a potpourri of amazing, spectacular moments on TV. And we have great chefs, great staple experts, performers, and so much more.
Definitely. It's all good vibes this Monday and, of course, the entire week through. So I advise that you stay tuned in for the next 1 hour, 45 minutes. And, of course, grab a cup of something that you like to drink and let us do Monday.
So there's so much in the air, a lot of excitement. And just in case you didn't know, my name is Titilayo.
And I am Winfrey Agbilishe. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
You can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world. As long as you have the internet, you can use our mobile app. Download it from Google Play or iOS and watch us right there in your palm.
You can,
no stress.
Yes, of course. You can also watch us on GOTV channel 27 and on UHF channel 49.
So, as long as you're following us across social media, you'll be getting loads of updates, talking Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and what's the other one again?
Instagram. Definitely at TVC Connect. Now, for what we have in store for you today.
Monday is all about motivation. Mfonovong Nyang is an author, communication strategist, and a boisterous personality, I have to say. He's going to be with us today, and we have to understand a little bit more about what he's talking about. We'll be giving you insights in a bit.
Payne Oladayo Michael, probably known as Ola Vibe, is a singer-songwriter who recently dropped a single, Halima, featuring Lighter, and we are definitely looking forward to his performance this Monday morning.
Ikena Ngbodile is the CEO of Smiling Sun, a solar energy installation company and solar energy technology enthusiasts, as well as consultants. We can't wait to hear what they have to share about their experiences doing business in Nigeria. Good morning, everyone.
Mike. Good morning.
I like the combination of your jacket and your shirt.
It's
kind of matching with me. It's the same. Your jacket and your shirt.
Shirt. Oh, wow.
Your shirt.
How you guys? How's the weekend?
Well, chilling, just chilling. All right, then, and after that, we'll have the news. Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan. We begin this morning with the political developments across the states, as Ekiti State now has a new governor. Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji has been sworn in as the 5th democratically elected governor of Ekiti State. Dignitaries in their numbers attended the ceremony, which marks the end of the second tenure of John Kayode Fayemi. Mr. Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress was declared winner of the June 18th governorship election, defeating his two closest challengers, Segun Oni of the Social Democratic Party and Bisi Kolawole of the People's Democratic Party. Outside Nigeria, at least 4 prisoners have died and 61 others injured following a major fire at Iran's notorious Evin prison. Sources inside the prison say the number of casualties is higher, and videos shared online show flames and smoke at the site in Tehran, and gunshots and explosions could also be heard. The fire followed weeks of anti-government protests across Iran. Hundreds of those taking part in protests have been sent to Evin prison, which is known for housing political prisoners. It's not known whether the situation at the jail is linked to the demonstrations, and the protests first erupted last month after the death of 22-year-old Kurdish Iranian Mahsa Amini in police custody. We have another update for you in the next hour. Make sure you stay with us.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for some headlines, starting today with The Punch. And for the headlines we have here, fresh trouble hits Atiku over anti-Yoruba Igbo comments. We have that on page 2 and 8. Tinubu Obi's camps, NNPC lambast ex-VP over incendiary statements. PDP candidates likely breach Section 97 of Electoral Act. Fine may apply. Atiku campaigns in Kaduna. Tinubu meets Northern Coalition. APC misleading Nigerians. And at the very top of the newspaper, we see at the strip there, grid collapses 98 times under Buhari amid 1.52 trillion naira bailout. We have that on page 31. And right under that, to the very left, we have Buhari budget 248 billion naira for Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and others. We have that on page 32. Right beside that, we have ASU, varsities hold emergency meetings on resumption. We have that on page 18. Federal government says flood killed 603, blames states, local governments. We have that on page 16. And right beside the masthead there, we have CBN eyes 7,740 agents to drive e-Naira adoption. We have that on page 32. Federal government reopens Dangote cement parties to continue talks. We have that on page 32. And right beside the image there, we have Oyebanji freezes Ekiti accounts, warned banks. Page 8, Lagos female driver kills pregnant woman, 2 passengers. And that's all we'll be taking for the Punch. Moving quickly on, we'll be going to the This Day right now. And for the major headlines, we have Atiku, Nigeria doesn't need leader who'll move her from rotten to bad situation. And at the very top of the paper, we have an impact with Enugu electorate. Mba pledges to deliver quality, people-focused governance. And right beside the photo as well, here we have how personal income tax can solve Nigeria's revenue challenge. And right below the photo, we have there of 2 men. We have Global Finance World's Best Bank Award 2022 in Washington. And right about now, we'd like to go on a quick break. And there's many more to come, so make sure you stay tuned.
Bats.
All right. Yeah.
See how they look.
Those are even clean-looking bats in that picture.
I'm surprised that bat's meat is very sweet.
Oh, wow. Winfrey, I am shocked. I didn't hear that one coming. Mike was asking us a question.
No, when I saw the stuff about cheese.
Oh,
and
cheese.
Cognitive decline.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, maybe, second man, I just want to ask how you remember stuff.
Oh.
How do you exercise your cranial muscles? But maybe I'll ask.
You know, there are some games you can play that can help with that. You know, some word searches and things like that. It helps to keep you sharp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right. But okay, so there's something that actually came up on the internet. We know how the internet is these days. So there was a question, or someone actually put out a personal opinion talking about how, how the person said, I can never understand how you leave your well-paying job here in Nigeria at the age of 40 to relocate to the UK and then start a cleaning job, all in the name of seeking better. So what do you guys think about this particular?
It's just. I've given my opinion about this whole Jackpot thing quite a few times. I've never been on that train. It's still an ongoing conversation on so many different forums. But the thing is, I'm like a senior banker leaves her senior banking job to go to the UK and start cleaning, mopping floors. I'm like, where I can't justify it in my mind.
In your mind, yeah.
Okay, I can't. You've got all this education, all this experience. You've run teams. You've mentored people, and then you end up going to another man's land to sweep their floor.
So sometimes the justification for some people is the value of the currency. So now there's this argument where a lot of people believe that the value of those well-paying jobs here and the value of the cleaning jobs there, also considering the frequency with which you do it, match up. Some people at this point now don't care about being a professional in Nigeria as opposed to making good money in another country. Mike, what's your argument?
Man, if currency was the only issue, wouldn't we all be? Wouldn't everything just be okay? Wouldn't it be just very easy? There are a myriad of issues that would make someone make that kind of a decision.
Oh, of course.
And it is entirely an exclusive. It is entirely understandable. Look, The person could be thinking of security.
Yes.
The person could be thinking of offspring.
Yes.
You know,
Education.
the person could be thinking of the future. The person could be
Healthcare.
thinking about healthcare.
Yes.
There are 1,001 things that will make somebody do that. And it is not today. It started before today. It will continue.
Yeah.
That is what a number of people would rather go there and do jobs. I mean, almost everybody will do things that they would not even try here.
Yes.
Never.
Very true. Because
So they are very well paying, though, I have to say. As at, what, 3-4 years ago, it was probably like £8 an hour to clean hotels.
Yes.
You know,
So
like
you're saying
£10
well paying, but
an hour.
based on the economy, because of the kind of bills you have to pay, you are just barely going by.
very true.
So
Barely.
you understand, you're just barely going by because you have to pay light bills, you have to pay water bill,
Exactly.
you have to pay
Transportation.
you have to pay living bill. No,
Yes.
transportation they are trekking.
Yeah.
Transportation is heavy
You have to
abroad.
pay
though.
living bill, and
Yes.
in fact, you have to pay. So it tells us. I think when that happens, first thing we should look at is ourselves, is the
Yes.
country.
Yes.
What would make many people? She's just one of many. Well, let's not sound as if it's new or strange. She's one or the latest of a long line. She has
Still to come.
ancestors, and you understand. So do you think we should be thinking about is why would somebody do that? And it is really here, and really for her, it works for her. Good.
And the truth is, I mean, even like other arguments actually arose talking about how, see, even this cleaning jobs usually is not something that is done like forever. It's just done for a period of time
To
where you're
start,
trying
yeah.
exactly to start off to find your feet, so you can actually pay your basic bills and feeding and all of that.
There's a video of one guy in Cairo. He was in Cairo. He was in Egypt, and he showed a picture of a mall he had to clean, and it was the open space of the mall. I think the mall had closed, so he was cleaning the open, and he was like, almost, wait till they do it or something. And it was a wide
space.
expanse.
Yes, yes.
And he said, that's what they do for abroad. Although some people say, when you know be abroad, you do.
Yeah.
This is still Africa, but hey, you understand where we're going to. And like you said, most of them, you have to start from low-level jobs, especially when you go there. And, you know,
and even when you're school, some people are actually schooling and just doing that on the side.
Like,
Exactly.
I feel like,
get like better
yes,
qualifications.
yes, you want to move abroad, yes. But I still feel like there could be some better planning involved. I would prefer, you make proper plans abroad to go into without having to, I don't want to use the word
scrap.
Yes, scrape for funds.
Scrape for a living.
So
I think at the end
I've
of-
shared that story that my parents did the same. My parents did the same. They went abroad and that's how they started. But the truth is, I didn't see.
I think in
didn't
the end,
see-
I think a lot matters on what you value more. Are you really, in this part of the world, we're so all about dignity and the dignity of work and service and all that kind of thing. But like people literally just want to get by and just literally feed and really don't care about self-image, not like self-image, not like it's a bad thing. And to be honest, being a cleaner, these people are also human beings. Do you understand? I mean, they are human beings. So I mean, you clean your house. You're just being paid for cleaning another person's. Do you understand? And if this kind of jobs actually even pay more than, that's just my. Do you know how much hairdressers charge for one braid?
Your job
Abroad? Are you
compatibility
joking?
is like 98%.
Wow.
Mike, I'm blushing.
All right then, guys. Well, we'd love to hear your opinion. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC and share what you think. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back. You're still here watching Wake Up Nigeria, and welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. And today with me, I have Chef Ife Million.
Of Spice and Aroma Kitchen.
Good morning, Chef. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Oh, fine.
Oh, you look well rested.
Rested, no stress, because I went for a party, came back late, so
But you cashed out now. It's not money party.
it's not my party, Jerry.
party.
It's family something.
It's family something. It's all right. See enjoyment anyways. Okay, so today I'm seeing a whole lot of interesting things. Tell me,
Yeah.
what exactly we're making today?
So we're just making boiled yam with shrimp vegetable sauce.
You're joking.
No.
All this is just for sauce.
Yes. So,
Oh, are you
Just for the
serious?
sauce, yes.
Okay, so now let's run through the ingredients we need for this boiled yam and vegetable sauce.
Okay, so we're making use of our yam, of course. So our vegetable, we are using ugu, but you can use green.
Okay.
You can use anyone. We are using palm oil. Then we have our shrimps. We have here our pomo,
Okay. Our fish.
fish.
Fish
That is
bangu fish.
There's two types of fish there.
Okay.
That's the catfish, dry catfish,
Okay.
and the panla.
And panla.
Yes.
All right.
And we have our seasoning, salt, and then seasoning anyway.
Yes.
Then we have tomatoes, pepper, and onion.
What type of pepper is this? Because I see it's already...
It's normal red pepper, Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet, okay, atarudu.
Yes,
all right.
atarudu.
So here we have our yam.
Yeah.
And then what do you have? What do you
Ugu, vegetable.
have? Okay, for the... And this is
sauce.
palm oil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, amazing. Simple, direct recipe,
Simple,
right?
direct,
No too
but
much stress.
once you chook your hand and you'll be getting everything.
Everything inside. That's what I was wondering, because I'm like, I'm seeing pomo, I'm seeing fish, I'm seeing prawns. I was now wondering, we're making like soup. Was
not soup.
Sauce. It's sauce. So we're making yam and sauce. This is actually nice. So now run me through the process. So how we
You just have to boil our yam, the first thing. Then this, I've already blanched this a bit.
Oh, what is this?
It's red oil, but I blanch it a bit because of the smoke.
Okay.
Yes, so put our red oil.
Yes.
The onion, pepper, tomatoes.
Okay, are we blending or chopping this?
We are
guys?
chopping it.
Chopping, okay.
Yes. Then after that, every other thing, and voila.
Okay, good. Do you understand? I mean, it's a Monday morning. You shouldn't be stressing yourself, hustling.
No.
Do you understand? Just a straightforward meal. Yam doesn't definitely take time to cut, peel, or wash. Neither does it take time to boil and all of that. Within 20 minutes, everything is ready, Abby. Now. So we start with our palm oil.
Boiling.
So what do you want to do? Okay, we want to put the yam in first.
Yeah.
So I think, is it hot?
No, we just have to allow it to
Not
hot a
yet.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, okay, let's start with this one. You can start with the sauce. Since the yam is not ready for us, we're going with the sauce. There's no time. Okay. What do you want?
There's a little time. I still have to chop.
You say it's a chop that. So leave it. Okay, no problem now. It's fine. So now this meal, I mean, I love the fact that, I mean, we're having greens here, so it's definitely healthy, right? So what other options can we use? Like,
for the
what
yam?
other variation? Yes,
Yeah, for yam, you can use your potato, you can use your plantain. Yes, and for this, yes.
Even unripe plantain.
Unripe, ripe,
Yes.
anyone at all. You can even use your rice for the sauce also.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so with this sauce, you can use it. And you can even use it with your swallow. Yes.
So it's still soup, so that's what I was saying now.
Yes.
So last, it's still soup.
You can just use it with anything.
Yeah, with anything, really. That's actually good. What I actually like to do is make sauces like this in like large quantities.
Then you can use green if you don't want to use ugu.
Ugu.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so what's the
Or
difference?
spinach.
What's
The green is sweeter and it's softer.
It's sweeter and it's softer. And it's
Yes.
softer, yes. And I know ugu takes time.
Not really takes time, but it's green. I don't know, but green is softer anyway, and it's sweeter.
And it's sweeter.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, let's while we're waiting for the pan to dry, let's start chopping up the tomatoes. And I think there's actually a very interesting conversation about to go on the couch. Titi, how you doing?
Thank you.
This particular conversation has been a long time coming. On Motivation today, we're joined by Mfonobong Iyang. He's an author, he's a communication strategist, and we're going to be talking about the consequences of elections. That word, consequences and elections, doesn't often come together. But the question is, why must we all vote? It's great to have you on the couch.
Good morning.
This morning.
Nice to see you again.
So this particular topic is apt for the climate that we find ourselves in right now. Elections are on the way.
True.
And we need to understand the implications.
Exactly.
Maybe I wouldn't use the word consequences right now. I would use the word implications of voting. All right, then. So why is it that it's important for us to vote?
Thank you very much. So after God is government.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because human beings are built in a society and societies are regulated. For those of us that believe in God, God regulates the heavens. The Bible says, I'm a Christian, so the Bible says the earth he has given to the sons of men, meaning that governance, talks about the government being on the shoulder. Governance is important, both in heaven and earth. So after God is government. Do you understand? So when you don't vote, you have actually voted. Do you understand? A democracy...
So not voting has
is a vote. Because the illusion is that democracy is a game of majority. No, it's a game of majorities of those that involve themselves.
Okay.
Not majority of the people. That's why a lot of people are saying one thing, but the votes say something else. So I think that people don't realize that voting determines the price of Gary in the market. They don't understand. They have not drawn that line from bad governance to, say, for example, the price of Gary. They think it's just happened. That's not how it happens. Do you understand? Some actions trickle down. We're called trickle-down economics. Do you understand? This flooding, there are consequences for it. December, meaning that your price of rice is going to be expensive. Someone did not do what they should do, and somebody did not somebody's farm got overridden by flood, and it's coming down to you because you pay more for rice, you pay more for things, the staples you should ordinarily buy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So these are examples of consequences.
Okay.
So if the security person does not do their job, somebody will on the loose. Do you understand? So these are real life consequences.
Touch on what voter apathy
Exactly.
means and why it's happening so much in this climate.
Thank you very much. So the biggest problem in Nigeria is voter apathy because people have not seen reward for their votes. Do you understand? You campaign for somebody, you go out to the sun, you stay 3 hours to get your PVC, you vote, and you don't get the benefit. So they say, what's the need? Do you understand? So that voter apathy is because they don't see any benefit. They don't see nothing excites them about governance. Do you understand? And also the kind of candidates that the parties throw up don't excite young people.
Okay.
Which I'm talking about, young people are one of the biggest people that have suffered voter apathy because young people, they are very progressive, quote unquote. They are very cosmopolitan, they're very futuristic. So certain candidates don't inspire participation. Do you understand? So one of the things is partly the fault of the political parties because they keep throwing up uninspiring candidates. Also because the young people, they believe that as long as I'm okay, as long as I can,
for myself.
It's not important. So increasingly, we are seeing that people are realizing that there are consequences and their lives on the line.
So now, okay, you've mentioned young people, which it kind of feels like this conversation is sort of targeted at them.
Exactly.
But then who else is this conversation for?
We have, there are two more groups, religious people and those in the inner cities. Why I mention religious people? Because like I mentioned on the first time I came here was that we have not found a congruence between our theology and our ideology. Okay. Do you understand? People pray to God, God will do it, but they don't believe that they will vote.
Okay.
A lot of prophecies are conditional. Do you understand? Because if you do this, if you sow this, you reap the if. So don't think, oh, God said Nigeria is going to be great. Prophecy is great. I believe that. But you must be praying and you must be practicing.
Okay.
So there must be a congruence between your theology and your ideology. People just outsource everything to God. As long as I pray. It's not a bad thing to pray. I keep saying it. It's not a bad thing, but prayer is not the master key. It's one of the keys. You must also realize that you must engage civic authorities. You must vote. You understand? You must engage. You must determine who leads you. Also because inner cities, because poverty and illiteracy have been weaponized. So they vote along ethnic and religious lines. They don't vote for competence. They vote because Titi is from my side of the country or it's my political party. And meanwhile, she or he may not be the best person. Okay. So they have too sentimentally primordial attachment. So our job is to educate those that don't necessarily know better. Because, again, illiteracy and poverty are weaponized against them.
I have to bring you back a little bit further back to the religious aspect. I'm still trying to understand how you mean in terms of religious people. So, for instance, is there anything in the Bible that talks about voting?
There's nothing in the Bible because, it's in, like prehistoric time. The word voting is a modern coinage, right? So what we have is leadership examples. For example, now, in Israel, the people wanted a new king. It was they just wanted a new king.
Yeah.
Why do you need a new king? They couldn't say, oh, the only qualification Saul had was that he was taller than everybody.
He was just taller than everybody.
That's all, sentiment. They did not interrogate him. They did not find out, was he the anointed of God or what? Nothing. Paul was, the only thing that I read there was that Paul was taller than every other person else. Paul turned out to be a disaster. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when they suffered the pain of Paul, they came to, they said, like, put it in street language, they borrowed themselves sense. They said, let's go and find the competent person. David did not campaign for president. They went to meet him at Hebron. You will be our king because they have learned the consequences of having bad leadership. So there may not be voting, but there's consequences for bad leadership. Just like Solomon. After Solomon's reign, the son wanted to take over. People say, son, what are you going to do for us? Now they are engaging, they didn't engage the father. Now they're engaging the son. They said, then the son was arrogant. Then everybody said to your tent, O Israel. Okay. Because they realized that, Solomon was great, but we did not really interrogate him. Wow. Because we got carried away because he was the son of David. Son of David. Yeah. Let's leave it, son of David. We didn't interrogate him. He married 700 on state budget. Wow. He married 700 wives, 300 on a state budget. Do you understand? We did not interrogate him. Wow. He's a good guy. He needs some things. We like him. But we did not interrogate him. So now the son, when he was king, he said...
Is it that we are not asking the right questions?
Exactly.
Or is it that the information we're being given is false?
So here's the thing, because of when you have a dog in the fight, it's hard to be rational. We understand a lot of cognitive dissonance and intellectual dishonesty coming in. For example, now I may have a favorite candidate in the race, but because questions may unveil certain things, I don't want that kind of question. Let us vote him. Let's pretend that we did not see it. And it reminds me of something of George Orwell. a book he read. It's called 1984. It says the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and your ears. We don't like to interrogate because, again, religion has been weaponized. We are used to idolizing people. Okay. You understand? Don't question your... How dare you question your father? You are disrespectful. How dare you question your politicians? Actually, your politicians are your employees. So conditioning by religion, by education, everything society says you cannot question people. Meanwhile, the office of the citizen is the most powerful office in democracy. We, the people, the three most powerful words in a democracy.
So we need to ask the right questions.
The right questions.
We need to place our votes in the right place.
Exactly.
And we also need to understand who we are voting for.
Exactly.
But take note, if you do not vote, you have actually voted. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure having you in the studio with us. We still have loads of conversations to have, and we have space for your comments and contributions as well. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC. We can't wait to read them. Taking a quick break now. Stay with us.
Yes, we're still here in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen making yam and vegetable sauce for breakfast, right? With Chef Ife Million. What?
Shrimp vegetable sauce.
Shrimp, sorry. Why didn't you call it pomo vegetable sauce? Is there no pomo here? Anyway, so now we have our yam on the fire, right? The cut has been peeled, been washed, it's on fire. You added some salt in there, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So now our palm oil is on the fire. And our onion and tomatoes are chopped up. The oil definitely looks hot enough. So I think our onion's going in first?
Yes.
Yes, it's going in first. Okay. There's just something about how purple the onions is.
Yeah, it's purple onion.
Purple onion, like really bright. I know it has a particular flavor for this kind of meals, which actually takes it to another level entirely. I noticed you're not using crayfish. Any particular reason why?
No, because I'm already using shrimp.
Because you're using, okay. If it's me now, I'll add everything. Right, but yes, but yeah, I mean,
already there, so.
Yeah, so it has that flavor already, that seafood flavor already. Nice. And now our tomato goes in next. Okay, I noticed you didn't allow the onion fry for too long, right?
Just want it to cook with the tomatoes.
Okay, so it's not all
soggy,
withered, right? And soggy, true. That's a lot of pepper.
No, it's
Jesus,
not,
you're adding.
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
No.
Atarado is not hot.
No, this particular one is not hot.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's not hot.
Okay.
If it's hot, you'll have perceived it.
Okay, true, sure. I'm not necessarily perceiving it, but yeah, that's nice. So everything is nice and nice. Just looks nice.
Nice and
yeah. So now we're having our protein go in next.
Yeah, we just have to
allow that to cook for a bit.
Yes.
Like how many minutes? Give or take.
5-7 minutes. Let it boil and dry it up a bit because of the tomatoes. The
Okay.
sour taste.
Okay, so that the sour taste actually goes away.
Yes.
So are we going to be we're going to allow the water to dry up a bit?
Just to
because
dry.
when
you see the oil on top.
Okay, then you
So
know
your
that
tomatoes
it's
is
cooked.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. So now that's another method. You know, we teach you a lot of things up in here, right? So when the oil comes on top of the tomato, you know that your tomato is cooked. Okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so
Just goes in.
every other thing just goes in at once.
Then no, the veg goes last.
Goes in last because, yeah, we don't want it to be too soft. All right. And see, I feel the food is already ready. Do you understand? Because there's nothing more I have here to tell you people.
Nothing.
but earlier we were talking about different alternatives, right?
Yes.
So you're saying we could use rice, plantain
Yes.
to actually make
Eat
this?
the sauce, to eat the sauce.
To have the
Then-
sauce?
Yeah, then for the yam, you can replace it with plantain, with boiled rice, with potato.
Okay, so now for this sauce, let's talk about this ingredient. What can we substitute in case people, there's some people I know
Yeah, you can
train in this
use
office
your
that don't like
chicken.
fish.
You can use
and all of
chicken.
that.
Chicken.
So we can use chicken.
Turkey, but you have to cut it little.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to
little
shred
pieces.
it. All right.
Yeah, shred or just little pieces.
Just little
anyone.
pieces and
yeah.
put it down. You can use beef as well, I guess.
Yes, you can use
anything that
you
works
can-
for you.
Anything that works for you, yes.
Yes,
There
and
is
just
no-
remix it. You can use your goat's meat, anything you want. Just throw it
anything
in
that
there.
works for you.
Hello and good morning. Good morning is like a universal
Oh, yeah.
greeting, right? Good morning in every country, in every language, in every ethnic group you can
Yeah.
find. Good morning is standard. Welcome to the second half of the most exciting breakfast show on TV.
Yes, of course. We hope you enjoyed the first hour, and we're so psyched and ready to take you on the next 45 minutes, starting with the very second.
So you can actually decide to waste time drawing lines. Or you can just live your life by crossing the line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, motivation book. We cross the line every single day for you, just for you. And hopefully we keep impressing you and improving with every single edition of the #1 breakfast show on TV.
Yes, of course. All this Monday motivation definitely needs, I mean, it's just for you, to be honest. So actually just dip your Monday in glitter so you can shine all through the week, baby.
Yeah. Speaking of shining things, Omar, what's happening in that kitchen? What? Goodness me, my stomach is grumbling now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what Chef Ife has put together for us. Now, we are going to be going through this Monday with smiles on our faces. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
And I am Winfrey Agbelishe. Remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all our social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
We're live everywhere, absolutely anywhere across the world. You can watch us from our mobile app. You can use Google Play or iOS to download it.
Now, we also implore you to follow us across all social media platforms and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, and of course at TVC Connect.
Yeah. So the lineup is sweet. Make sure maybe you might have GOTV, we're on channel 27. You might have, of course, terrestrial stations as well, channel 49. We have a review of the latest edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire coming your way very, very soon.
Pain Oladayo Michael, popularly known as Ola Vibe, is a singer-songwriter who recently dropped a single, Halima, featuring Lighter.
Ikenna Ngbodile is the CEO of Smiling Sun, a solar energy installation company, solar energy technology enthusiast, and consultant. Can't wait for that conversation. Yeah.
So I was talking about cognitive recollection.
Yeah,
how
how
do
to
you
remember,
if you want to remember something? They spoke about cheese there. So I'm not a cheese fan, but
Wine
maybe
is also there.
wine.
What?
It depends. What kind of wine? Did it specify what kind of wine?
Red wine. I know I've heard about red wine.
Right.
I've heard about red wine being good for
So how
heart
do you
health as
remember?
well.
How do you do it?
I tried to remember, the exact position I was in,
Okay.
the clothes I was wearing,
Okay.
what led up to the conversation.
Okay.
Like I literally go through all that process and just try to get every detail closest to the conversation, the thing I was trying to remember. Like for instance, I'm trying to remember your name.
Okay.
Now I try to think, okay, if I was talking to this guy,
What would
I
I
remember, what started that conversation? Oh, I think I complimented his haircut. And then, okay, and we're talking about this. And he said something. I might just remember
And then
the
name
first.
just hits
yeah,
you,
it
just
comes
like
back.
that, yeah?
Exactly.
How about
So,
you?
mommy brain, your mind is in 20 places at the same time. You could literally be walking towards what you were thinking of, and you've forgotten. I'm telling you, you are blank. You literally get to the kitchen cupboard, you open it, look inside, and that thing that you were supposed to come and collect is right in front of you. You have no clue at that second. I don't know. You literally have to close the cupboard, walk back to where you were coming from, and then realize you needed it again.
So
and
how
then
do
go
you
back.
remember?
You don't. You go back, and then you find the need again.
What are you
I'm telling you
insinuating
that
now?
I'm telling you there's.
No, but
some
actually
things
sometimes you don't bother anymore.
you don't.
So,
You
yeah.
just let it go.
So
until
the
you need
thing
it.
is
I
that
ask Holy Spirit to come.
the thing is that I found out like every other part of the body, the brain is a muscle.
Yeah.
And with every muscle, even though when it comes to recollection, exercising the muscle would help it. So it comes in different ways. There are times when I can remember a part, and then I'm rummaging, like it's like I'm opening boxes and okay, this, that. But look, there are some people that are supremely gifted. Have you heard about lucid dreams?
Yes,
People can learn in their dreams.
learn,
Look, there are people.
True.
I
I
wish
think
we
all
had
this is
time. We'll
actually
talk about it
trained and
another time.
actually developed.
So you know,
I was researching
there's
on
something
lucid
called
dreams.
muscle memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You just said that the brain is a muscle.
Yeah.
Right? So there are some things that you're so used to doing that you're not even thinking about it as you're doing it. So sometimes I just have to have faith that muscle memory will just bring back whatever it was.
Whatever it was, yeah.
I'm telling you.
You're talking
Some
about
people-
lucid dreams.
Yeah, some people have photographic memories.
Yeah.
You hold
Sheldon
a picture,
Cooper.
And then you swipe it past.
Yeah.
And they remember every color. They remember where someone was standing. Because why? They take a photograph of that thing you
that
snap
thing
past,
in
and it
the-
stays in their brain. A lucid dream, somebody can sit back, something happened in the dream and learn in the dream. Like someone can read a book in the dream and wake up
And
and
remember,
recollect what I read in the book,
my-
even though I've not read it in real life.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Interesting. possible. I mean,
that would be nice for common entrance and but
he writes books.
Hello and good morning. It's time for the news update once again right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. We begin the news this morning with the political developments across the state as Ekiti State now has new governor. Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji has been sworn in as the 5th democratically elected governor of Ekiti State. Dignitaries in their numbers attended the ceremony, which marks the end of the second tenure of John Kayode Fayemi. Mr. Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress was declared winner of the June 18th governorship election, defeating his two closest challengers, Segun Oni of the Social Democratic Party and Bisi Kolawole of the People's Democratic Party. Ayomide Ayegbe has more on this report.
It was an historic occasion as it is the first time a party is producing a successor in Ekiti State. Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, the Ikogs-the-born administrator, is taking over from John Kayode Fayemi. The oath of office was administered first on the deputy governor, Munisa Deyafuye,
Do solemnly swear.
and then the governor, Biodun Oyebanji.
Do solemnly swear.
The governor says his administration is premised on 6 pillars and gave his word on the massive support of the Ekiti people for the presidential candidate of the APC in February 2022.
My mission for Ekiti State is to be a land of prosperity, opportunity, peace, and progress. A land in which transformed people and communities can reap the fruit of their labor in dignity, good health, and safety. A land of honor where integrity matters. Ekiti is best positioned for peace and prosperity under the leadership of Asiwaju Tinubu, and I'm sure that we will deliver our votes for him. Am I speaking your mind?
The presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his remarks congratulated the new governor and thanked the Ekiti people for their support while rallying the people of the state ahead of next year's election.
And I'm sure the peaceful conduct of the election, the great results that we harvested, demonstrated what Ekiti stands for. Another election is coming. By February, you be ready. As the president, will you vote? February, will you vote? You will vote?
Present at the inauguration are dignitaries from within and outside the state, which includes the former governor of Ekiti State, Peter Ayodele Fayose, former governor and minister for trade and investment, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, the governors of Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Edo, Plateau, Kebbi, Jigawa, deputy governor of Osun State, and former governor of Zamfara State, among others.
The people of Ekiti are in high spirits. They want the best, and the governor has promised to deliver the best. Abayomi Oyebanji is now under scrutiny. It will be judged after 4 years. The people of Ekiti are hoping that his administration will usher in not just peace, but prosperity. Ayomide Ajegbe, TVC News, Ado Ekiti.
Let's head outside Nigeria. At least 4 prisoners have died and 61 others injured following a major fire at Iran's notorious Evin prison. Sources inside the prison say the number of casualties is higher. Videos shared online show flames and smoke at the site of Tehran, and gunshots and explosions could be heard. The fire also followed weeks of anti-government protests across Iran. Hundreds of those taking part in protests have been sent to Evin prison, which is known for housing political prisoners. It's not known whether the situation in the jail is linked to the demonstrations and protests first erupted last month after the death of 22-year-old Kurdish Iranian Mahsa Amini in police custody. That's all we have time for when it comes to the news on Wake Up Nigeria for this hour. We have so much more coming your way on today's show. Stay tuned.
Thank you for staying with us. It's time for our SME segment. We have Ikenna Ngbodile. He's the CEO of Smiling Sun. It's a solar energy installation company and a solar energy technology enthusiast and consultant. Now they provide solar installation services for homes, offices, industries, and even farms. Now that's a wonderful thing, considering that we have so much sun in Africa, and a number of people will say that we're not using the sun enough. It's great to have you, Mr. Kena. You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, solar energy. Now that is something that people. I remember there was, I think it was a documentary or something I saw of someone who came to Africa and was like, look, how is it that Africa is not almost entirely, reliant on the power of the sun, considering of how much sun we have here,
of abundance
of sunshine that we have here. So it's something that, it's something that someone shouldn't think about, like, hey, we have to rely on the sun. But due to a number of reasons, policies, government and all of that, it hasn't happened. You are in that business, proffering or giving solution to power, as it were, and all of that. Now, yes, we have that abundance of sun, but how effective is it? Solar energy, using it to power, ourselves or our homes and all of that. How effective is it as an energy source?
Yeah, solar energy is actually very effective. And the beautiful thing about solar energy is that it's environmentally very friendly. And for those who are in keeping with ensuring that you do not affect or trigger off climate change, this is the cleanest energy apart from wind energy. Of course, the nuclear energy is messy.
Yeah.
Your fossil fuels are messy, coals and all other alternative sources of energies are very messy. But solar energy is very clean, as it doesn't emit the greenhouse energy. And of course, just like your fossil fuels, which has carbon and hydrogen that is very harmful to the environment, the clean solar energy is very clean. And most importantly, it's actually renewable. So you could wake up one day and you find out that your oil or your gas is exhausted. Or solar energy is renewable, so it's always there. So it's very effective, considering that in Africa, for instance, you have, like you earlier mentioned, you have an abundance of sunshine. So there's these guys that are called the Union of Scientists. They did a research, and from the research, they discovered that 18 days of sunshine, that is 18 days of sun radiation, has more energy than your oil, your gas, and your coal put together in an entire year, just 18 days of sunshine. So I think that in Nigeria, we need to be heavily reliant on solar energy.
And that led you into business?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the process. You getting into the business, how did you discover that this was what you were going to do? How did you know that I should go into this and, and decided to get into it?
Well, whenever people ask me that question, I always ask them, how much time do I have? Because it's a long story.
Okay, just let's put it down in 30 seconds, 1 minute.
All right, okay. So while I was growing up, I'll remember that I always used to fiddle a lot with wires. I was always intrigued about electronics chips like transistors and resistors and all of those things.
Okay.
When I was also growing up, my father was very strict. So he will always spank you at every opportunity he had if you fell out of line. So I remember one particular day I had unscrewed the back of a TV. Remember those back in the days, hunchback TV?
Definitely.
So I had taken it off, and my father walks in on me. At that point, if I had a magic wand, I would have waved it to disappear, because I knew I was going to get a lot of beatings.
A lot of beatings.
Well, surprisingly, he was more shocked than he was angry. He was just staring at me, because he just couldn't fathom that somebody could do this. Had the guts to take off the back of a TV. So I've always been like that in terms of fiddling with wires. But like 7 years ago, precisely, I started developing the interest in solar energy. These silicon cells that is enclosed in a glass frame that you expose to sunlight and light, and it begins to generate energy. So I started, digging more into it. I started doing a lot of research. I started doing a lot of courses. And, I realized I was now solving a lot of problems for people around me, because I could get calls from my friends. I could get calls from my cousins or my colleagues. They're having this issue in their solar installation. What do you think? And I could offer solutions. Then it dawned on me, if you can solve this problem for these people, you can actually solve this problem and create some kind of ecosystem where you get to solve a lot of problems for other people as well. And that led me into, I started doing instructional videos where I could teach people about what is an inverter, what is the importance of an inverter, types of solar, all of those things. So I started putting out those videos.
The key into social media.
Yeah, so that it could help people if you had installations and you're wondering how you could do this and all of that. Then I did a very controversial video because I don't just listen to what you have laid down or the research that has already been proven and stated. I try to practicalize on ground. That is where my handy nature comes in. And I did a very controversial video, which was about testing the output of solar panels. So you have essentially two types of solar panels. You have a polycrystalline solar panel and you have a monocrystalline solar panel. Now, from all the research and everything you will see available, it's always adjudged that a monocrystalline solar panel is always more effective than a polycrystalline panel. And that is owed to the very intricate process of having to build a monocrystalline solar panel. But I wanted to see for myself. So I got the tools down, like a watt meter, I got a battery, I got some testing implements, and I hooked it up onto these things. So I tried to test them simultaneously to see. So what I did was to take a solar panel from the same manufacturer, the same wattage. I think I used a 250 watts wattage from the same manufacturer, the same time, simultaneously. And I tested it, and the result was surprising.
It proved, what did it prove? That the
polycrystalline gives you more energy than a monocrystalline.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So the moment that video went out, that was a break. It got me the attention.
That you did it.
Yes.
Now, I wish we had more time, but there are a few things that, that separate the entrepreneur from, from every other person and all of that. Your father, at one point, maybe that incident, for you to remember it, it marked the beginning of something, know, and all of that. How can one develop that sort of entrepreneurial spirit, in case you see it in a child and all of that? How can one discover it and encourage it? From a parent to a child, or from a guardian to a ward, or even from a friend to another, any kind of relationship, how does one spot that entrepreneurial spirit and encourage it?
Okay, essentially, I think the problem, most of us, like our parents while we're growing up, they always wanted everybody to go to school. Mostly all of those career courses like medical, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. But you need to watch your child closely to see what your child is prone to. Not every child is the book, is the book smart. And we also need to begin to separate what intelligence is. For instance, when you have a J.J. Okocha, for instance, playing on the pitch, what do you think he's doing? When he's playing and dribbling people, that's intelligence, but it is veered towards sports. So you need to watch your child closely. Is your child creative? Is your child fiddling with wires? What gives him interest? For me, for instance, I could be doing connection from morning till night and I wouldn't bother about food. So you as a parent, when you discover these innate qualities in your child, you begin to encourage that child and begin to aid that child in whatever given field you feel he's interested in. And coming to someone who's an entrepreneur, not everybody is built to have a paid job 9 to 5. Some people are naturally very restless. So even when you employ them, you see that they will still be trying to engage in, trying to, do other business on the side. So when you find out that you have that entrepreneurial spirit, you need to pursue it. But before you go into it, you need to be sure that's what you want to do, because that's essentially the passion is the fuel that drives it. That
drives it, wow.
And when you push it, you continue moving. No matter how, even when it seems like it's not working out,
you just keep pushing. I wish we had more time. It's so good. I love what you've dropped. I love the gems you've dropped. You've dropped so much. I feel people can pick up from there. But for that, we have something for you in the kitchen. Hope you've not had breakfast. But just before that, we'll just take a short break, and we will be back.
Okay, we're here in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen once more. And of course, Chef Ifemillion has put together this. That's something I love about Chef Ifemillion. She's so efficient. Yeah. You see how clean and tidy everywhere is. So. Like, she cooks, she cleans, she does it all right. Well done, Chef.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Welcome to our kitchen. And here we've prepared for you yam and shrimp vegetable sauce. And we'd like you to taste it and tell us exactly what you think. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
You're good with shrimps, yes? And
it looks appetizing.
Okay.
Yeah. So let us know what you think.
looks appetizing.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Go ahead.
This looks really nice. I could sell my birthright over this.
Interesting.
Please don't.
Thank you.
Well done.
If you billion, thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.